says impossible yesterday.
It says live stream.
This meeting is being live streamed, says now.
Got it.
Hello, hello, lovely beings. So excited to be here and to be here with all of you and here with my lovely, lovely sisters. And very happy to be here with all of you. And everybody's very, very welcome. If you are here live or if you are seeing it later, we just hope that our energy and our being and who we are and what we represent and what we are doing will inspire you as well to become more yourself and become more you and to become more free in all of your expressions. And that is what we are all about. And you will see every time different sisters. We were a collective with multiple sisters, and every time there will be, sometimes we will be with just a couple, and sometimes we will be more. But just know you're very welcome, and we all share the common that we are all beings of service. We are beings of the light. We are healers. We are teachers. We are business coaches, and we're here to help maybe you, and that's why we also share our links underneath here, so you know always where to find us. So really feel with who you resonate, and maybe you want to go in deeper with one of us. It's always also very welcome and possible. So maybe it's a good idea for everybody to let each other know, like maybe a short piece of who are you. And maybe one of you can tell us.
Thank you, beautifuls. I'm picking up the stick. This is how we play in our circle. We pick up the stick, so we unmute ourselves and we share, and then we mute, and then someone else will share. So yay! My name is Madalena. It's always pretty hilarious to describe myself. I'm an artist. A coach, a mentor, whatever you want to call it, a channel. I'm someone just like you here on earth, raising the vibration, healing, transmuting, emanating, shining, and weaving together like magic. This is me, and this is us. Yeah.
Yeah, and Madalena makes amazing art, and one of her art pieces is behind her. It's about feminine and masculine energy, and she has so much beautiful, amazing light codes on her website. So it's a really, really amazing art. So check that out as well. So next one.
Thank you, Janneke. Thank you.
Hi. Okay, I'll pick up the stick next. I'm Liezl, and I have been a part of this circle for, I think it's a year now, maybe a little bit more even, and it's been the most amazing experience for me. It's been healing my sister wounds. I've been healing lots of triggers, and I have really, yes, really felt like I've up-leveled because of being in the surroundings of these beautiful women, and it's just been an amazing space. So a little bit about myself is I started in the online space about 18 months ago, and before that I didn't want to show my face anywhere on social media or on the internet or anything like that. But then my son came up with the idea that he wants his own YouTube channel. So we had a discussion and we said, okay, yes, let's go for it. So he actually broke the waters or broke the ice on showing ourselves online. And yeah, I followed in his footsteps, and now I'm here. And thanks to that, I found, I think, this is the circle, because it is all linked. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Karina. I'm from Amsterdam, where I live with my family. And about 5 years ago, I made the shift from moving out of the corporate world, where I had my own company organizing beautiful group trips and events all over the world, to really dive into my mission and my purpose. And that is to help other people liberate themselves, to step into a space of freedom, to let go of limitations, let go of limiting beliefs of what everybody thinks about you, what you think about yourself, what keeps you back from really tapping into what it is you came here to do. That is, I think, my biggest purpose, to help others see what you came here to do, what it is that makes your light shine in the world, and not to stop that light from shining into the world. So that's what I do.
Thank you all. And like everybody of us has like a deep, like a purpose where we live for. And that's why we also very enthusiastic about it and I want to share that. I myself am also a healer. I come from a place called Heal. And I'm like energetic healings. I give healings for people all over the world, but I also give yoga and meditation. So that people can do yoga with me. And all my links also there, like if you want to find out. So, and I love to have talks and interviews with people I love having talks with inspiring people. And now I'm here with one of the most like inspiring women in my life. So really happy with that as well. And the question is, how can someone be more free and like in their expression? How can someone, maybe we can share some tips of like how you can be more free in your what you want to say or want to be, like how can you, like some tips for like people that are watching, how can you be more free in being you?
I can kick it off, I think. Picking up the stick, as we do in Circle. We pick up the stick, we share, and then we put down the stick to give it to the next sister to share her opinion. And that is how we learn from each other. We learn from ourselves. And I really love that about sisterhood. So yeah, as I said, my purpose, my big purpose is about helping others become aware that they are free, because you are already free. And it's like we've been in these cages, like a bird with the door open. With the door open, we are always free. And we are the only ones that are keeping ourselves from flying out. And that is the biggest thing. So if you know that you have all the tools in your hands, and you know that you are the only one keeping you from flying, then what are you waiting for? But that is the hardest part, because once we become aware that we have this freedom to choose, that we only have to tap into it, that we only have to allow ourselves to be free, then we come at this point where we see all these things keeping us. And that is when we say, oh, yes, but, and I'd love to do this, yes, but, all the yes, buts. If you just would skip the yes, buts for just one day and see what happens, because the magic is in there. The magic is in daring to go beyond what is obvious, daring to go beyond what is expected of you. Because from an early age, we're like put into this system where we need to compete with others. Already I see it in school. You're either a 1-star, a 2-star, or 3-star, and all the children want to become a 3-star, and all the children want to become popular. Then we go to work and we have these systems of salary payments and who pays more and who gets less, and the competition amongst colleagues. So we're brought up in this paradigm where there's competition, where there's hardship, where we have to fight and we have to do things. We have to work hard. But that is all ending now, because we're entering a new age. And the new values are already coming up for many people. So whereas many people cannot still see that they are holding the key to this door in their cage, they can already feel that things are not resonating anymore. They already feel that it's not working for them. They can feel like there's other things they want and they wish, but they dare not feel their desires yet. So my biggest tip, I think, is to advise you to follow your own excitement. because you can never go wrong if you follow what is in your heart. If you follow that, what makes your heart happy, what makes you joyful, what makes you smile, whether that is art or helping other people in a certain way, whether that is healing, whether that is, being in the corporate world and being a corporate light worker there and spreading your light. It can be anywhere, it can be anything. It can be raising children, it can be raising a homestead and having your own farm and going off grid. It can be anything. So start from what makes your heart sing. And usually that is something that you already felt and that you already knew as a child. And sometimes we lose these things. We go away from these things. Maybe we're very good in drawing and people told us that we had to get serious and we had to study history and become a historian or something. So we pushed away the things that we were innately good at, the things that we were innately happy about, in order to become someone else. And I invite you to go on this journey back to yourself. And you don't need to find your purpose or find your whatever. You have to follow yourself and follow your own guidance. And then along the way, you'll get all these limitations, limiting beliefs from yourselves, like, am I worthy enough? Could I ever go there? Could I ever reach that? And you have all these limitations that are put on you by other people, like, are you sure you want to leave your day job behind and think about all the security? And what if you don't take something, a syringe in your arm? Shouldn't you do it? Maybe you will get sick. No, you just follow whatever anybody else is telling you. Whatever your ego tries to tell you. Ego is fear. It's not a bad thing, your ego. Your ego is your best friend as it tries to protect you. But now we're moving into this new realm. We're moving into this new age. And we're allowed to come out of this comfort zone and tell our ego, like, it's fine, it will be fine. You'll be fine. Just watch and see. And just keep on following your excitement. This is why my company is called Follow Your Own Spark. It's not finding your spark, it's following it. And along the way, you'll see all these triggers, all these limitations come up, and just let them come up and move through them, feel through them, release them when you're ready, and just keep on going on your own path. And that is the way to being you. I'd like to keep it at that.
Thank you. That was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And now one of the other ladies, what helps you to become more you?
Okay, I'm picking up the stick. Karina, that was really beautiful. So thank you. That was like a whole chat. Thank you. Wow, what does it mean to be authentically me? What does it mean to be authentically you? I don't know for you. I only know for me. I only know what it means to be authentically me. And that changes and shifts in every moment. And it's the honoring of that. And it's, again, I would love to touch on many things that Karina presented and shared. Who am I before society expects something from me? Who am I before the expectations of others and even my own expectations? Like, what is that spark, that flame that is just there burning and waiting for me to acknowledge it and to play with it? So throughout our life, like with the amazing things that happen in our lives and with the huge triggers that we feel sometimes, more and more I'm seeing how it's all a tapestry, that it's like weaving together in the most beautiful ways. And something that I may have dealt with in the past that was difficult or triggering has now become this treasure, these gifts that I now have for myself and also to share with others. In this space, we are all space holders and we are all healers and all of that. So we have that awareness of allowing spaciousness for someone else to see themselves through our reflection. And so I love receiving reflections from myself, from my sisters and the people around me. And I love being a mirror that also just emanates and reflects back to you what is there for you to see. So what makes me me? What makes me me? Like, who is Madalena? Who is Madalena? So yesterday I posted something where I was saying that my favorite thing about being a human is being a woman. And my other favorite thing about being a human is not being a human. And so we're playing human, right? Like I'm playing human. I'm playing this character that's Maddy, you know? And sometimes she gets really triggered and hurt and sad and confused. Sometimes she's super happy and excited and shining. And so I get to know her, like to know this human, to know this Maddy, to know these things that I feel that are inside of me, and to play with it and work with it every day, in every moment, like however that is. So for me, my expression comes a lot from light language, creativity, like arts, dancing, and expression in that way. And it also comes from sharing like multidimensional perspectives and paradox and all of that. Like that's what keeps me like super excited and yummy, you know. And again, so naturally, what do I naturally love doing? Before society, before expectations, before anything else, what is natural for me? For me, what is natural is like painting, making art, dancing, speaking light language, connecting with other people, and again, sharing the multidimensional existential paradox. That's natural for me. I love that. So what a beautiful invitation, the more each one of us is in their own flow, because we all like, we can be all healers doing like energy work, like the exact kind of same thing, but each one of us is so unique and there is space for all of us. So there's no competition. There is just pure perfection. More people anchoring the same energy. Great. And there are people who will be called to you, to your energy, and people who will be called to me and to my energy. And so there's no comparison and no competition. There's just so much abundance of being. And the more you are you, like the more Karina is Karina and Liezl is Liezl and Janneke is Janneke, the more I'm like, ooh, and this is me. And the more I am in my flow and in my power, whatever that is, it's like a permission slip. It's like this openness that then inspires and allows others to also like loosen up and be themselves. So how beautiful. The more I am me, the more fun I have, the more synchronistic my life becomes, the more beautiful people I meet, and the more I inspire people just by being me. Wow. It's so simple and so beautiful. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, Maddy, thank you. That's, you always get me so like, yes, this is, you know, yeah, what is the word, like motivated, you know? So yeah, that was my problem. I didn't know who I was. Like I defined myself by what everybody else said I was or thought I was or expected me to be. And I think literally I'm 45 this year. I'll be 45 this year. And I only really started diving into who am I in the last 2 years. I mean, that absolutely sucks. I like actually regret, like, why did I have to get to this point where I'm actually trying to figure out who I am really, you know? But I guess that's part of being a mom, being a wife, and maybe just the peer pressures of the world of like, they don't want you to actually take a moment, slow down and figure out who you are. Because I think it even says in the Bible and stuff, like when you know thyself, that you know everything. That's like when you find the whole truth is when you know yourself. And that has really become such the best part of the last 2 years. And it's not because of starting my own online business. It's like the self-development and like figuring out who I am, like figuring out like, if I don't listen to anybody else, what do I think? And what do I think in the first 5 seconds of hearing something? Like, is it like a yes, or is it a like, not really? Because after those first 5 seconds, whatever comes up then, that's not really me. That's just my mind thinking stuff. And like I also only recently learned, like our minds are not really, they don't really have our best interests at heart. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like we only get, our mind just wants to keep us safe. And if that means like you live a boring life and you never get to experience anything, that makes your mind happy because at least you're safe, you know? And so I'm so happy to have figured out like things like what my human design is, you know, like what really makes me happy, what really is the one thing that other people see in me that shines, you know, like, is that what I feel when I look at myself, you know? And even something like that ho'oponopono prayer, like I know Karina can say the word better. Even that has been such a massive tool in finding my authentic self in the last 2 years. Like just this morning again, I was like repeating it to myself in the mirror, because actually just looking at myself face to face and just saying that to myself, sometimes it brings tears, sometimes it brings happiness, sometimes it just, you know, like I can't say it even sometimes, you know. And yeah, so and then being held in this space with other women who I look up to and admire, you know, for all their beauty and lights that they shine, and being held in this space and being accepted as one of them, like this has been for me what makes me feel like me, and makes me feel like, yes, this is what I want to show to the world. That's me. This is me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you all for your beautiful, beautiful shares. And it's like finding what makes you happy. It's like what Karina said, finding what makes you happy and finding what makes you you. And that's why we all share it from an I perspective. So really what works for that person, so that you can also find out what works for you. And everybody has their own ways. And that is so beautiful. And you're also not in competition. You're just like, you want everybody to shine. You want you want to support everybody. And it's like, there is like an abundance for everybody and energy. And yeah, then you're like not in fear, then you're in love. And sometimes you're like, your human self get triggered, but then your higher self, oh, it's all good. It's all good anyway. It's all good anyway. And it's like, you sometimes need those reminders, and also to go out of your comfort zone, like out of like courageous, courageous things, and out of your like, and sometimes things are not exactly perfect, but it also needs to be like, whole life is not perfect. so everything needs to be like it is, and also to understanding, having that understanding and having that trust, and having like all those things in your mind that sometimes doubt comes and fears comes. No, you're bigger than that. You can bigger than that, and we are more than that. And so that is really like a good reminder. And for me, it's like, I feel like every time you're more freer, you get a new upgrade, and you're like a new version of yourself that's more freer and more loving and more doesn't care what anybody thinks. Like 10 years ago, I wouldn't, like certain things I wouldn't even want to post, because what would people think? But you never know what people triggers. Like you never know what people triggers. And I feel much more myself. And I'm also not like, also when you're like not sharing from your, like also from your heart and from your throat, like when that's like you get like problems with your throat if you don't really share yourself, and also that costs energy, like not being your true self, that costs energy. So more you are yourself, the more you have much more energy, because we are like energetic beings. And then people feel the energy, and people understand that. And it's like, and then from there on, because like we all found what helps for us, and then we want to help each other people that maybe are not themselves yet so much. So that's why we really have that that purpose, that wanting to help. So so that is really beautiful that we come together. And Liz, you said something about the Ho'oponopono, and maybe that's also good to share that. Yeah, Karina can say that. I also always say Ho'oponopono, but maybe. But it's a beautiful, beautiful prayer. So maybe we can share that at the end, so that we can share that for the viewers, because not everybody heard of it. So that's maybe a good thing that we can share. And whoever wants to share it can raise their hands now. But I can share it anyway. But if anybody else wants to share it here, it's also welcome. And you can raise your hands if you feel like it. And so for us, it's like really, really wanting to help others, so being more free, being more like, so like what you can do. And maybe we can already also share a tip. Maybe we can share like some advice or tip for the people watching, what I could do, what I maybe could do, what can help them. So yes, whoever wants to share.
Well, my tip would be, if you don't know your human design yet, go look at that. So it's like, I think on freehumandesign.com, you can do your own. All you need is your birth date and the place you were born and the time you were born. And then you'll find out what your human design is. And it will kind of tell you so much about yourself, and you'll just go like, that's why I do things the way I do. Like, for instance, I'm a manifesting generator. So I love to start things and not always finish things. And some people, or in the way society is, that's seen as a bad thing, but in the face of a manifesting generator, that's actually the way we learn and do things. So that's actually not a bad thing for us at all. That's my tip.
Yeah, I can really add to that. That we will share the link so people can look it up. But I think that's one of the most valuable things I learned myself over the past few years. And every time I share it with clients and I calculate their design for them, they're always like finally understanding themselves. I really agree.
Okay, I'm gonna offer something different. So when you are by yourself at night, in the morning, and throughout your day, as you go on with your life, whatever it is that you're doing, and again, we need to know ourselves to figure this out. What excites you? Like, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you do with your day, what excites you? Like, what would you love to try? Like, what is the thing inside of you that you see other people doing, or that you've never seen anyone doing? But there's like this curiosity, this spark, this thing inside of you. Follow that, listen to that, give it some space. Just give it some space, connect with your heart, and doesn't matter how hard or easy life is for you, if you really tune in, that flame, that spark will start guiding you. You just need to listen. Yeah.
And I'm very much about being in the body. So for me, it's like yoga, like whatever you're exercising can do. I love yoga, but also dancing. Like, even if it's just one dance, like a day, and you can really feel how you feel after, and feel that like more like freedom, like like in your body, and it's also a way to get the energy going up into your body, and then you feel also more energetic. So that's like that is something that that really works for me. Maybe there are more tips.
Yeah, I have one more. It's indeed got to do with feeling in your body. I don't think the internet connection is very stable, because sometimes I can't hear for all of you. So, but there's nothing we can do about it now. Feeling into your body where your truth is also. So we could actually do like a small exercise with it. Yeah, I think that will be too long. No, let's not do that. But if you feel for yourself, what does it feel? If you state something, very simple exercise for yourself. If you state something that is not true, just go sit with your feet on the ground, feeling your body, and state something that is not true, that is a lie, and feel where in your body you can feel this. For me, I feel it in my throat. If somebody speaks an untruth, if I speak an untruth, if I hear an untruth, I have this whole energy in my throat. I know for some other people, it's in their chest. Some people feel it in their heads. Everybody has their spot that they can feel and sense truth. So go and say an untruth. Just feel it. Feel where is it in your body, and then release it. Shake it off. And then again, you go into a neutral position. And you state a truth, something that is so very true for you. And again, where do you feel it in your body? How does it feel in your body? And try to let your truth be your compass in life.
Yeah, it can be so simple. Sometimes our minds are so noisy. Sometimes the only thing we need to do is drop back down, be in our body, and from that place we are guided. It can be that simple. Yeah. Especially for people, for example, like me, who are like super into multidimensionality and paradox and the truth of existence and like all of that. It's so important for us to ground and to actually be here in the bodies, because this is where we are. We are, whether this is an illusion or not, we are still playing this game. We are in these bodies, and for this body to feel into what its alignment and what resonates, I just need to tune in. I literally sometimes just need to, what Janneke was saying, what Karina was saying, just shake or just dance or just stop for a moment and just breathe and feel. Do I want to go to this place today or that place? No. Oh, yeah. And just dropping in to feel it. It can be that simple. We just need to keep doing it whenever we get lost. We just need to come back. And the more you find yourself, the more you find others. So it gets like more and more fun all the time. Yeah.
And it's really about being in the body, but also being like more aware of your own breath, like really deep breathing and really feeling that. And the more deeper you breathe, it's also you become more calm and more in tune with your own body. So that's also really, really beautiful. And so there's a lot of things that we can say, like we can go on forever about this. We can go round and round. We always have new things that come up in our minds that we can share. But maybe we can share another thing another time. We can come back. We come back anyway with more themes and all sorts of things. So we're very excited about that. And we had one question about what do you fill in, and like when you want to know your human design and you don't know the time of your birth. And Karina has answered that. So here she is.
Yeah, Wafa, I saw your question. I already answered quickly in the chat, but that happens a lot of the time. And sometimes people are adopted and they don't know the exact time. What you can do is go by, even if you don't know the exact date, you will always know an approximate date or an approximate time. And you just pick that, fill it in, and see if that resonates with you. And if that doesn't resonate at all, if you don't know the month exactly that you were born in, and there's really a large difference in what it might be and what you fill in, then it can be that it doesn't resonate. But most of the time, when it's only a minute or hours difference, I think in your case it was hours, then it doesn't really matter. But if it doesn't resonate at all, you can always look up the human design types and also the profiles, and then you can see what matches you most. But that is if you completely don't know what day you were born, what week, what month. But if you do know the exact date and you just don't know the exact time, then the approximate time will work just fine.
Something else we can do, and this Janneke reminded me of this a while ago, so I'm reminding all of you. You can, for example, ask a pendant if that's something that you use, or you can use yourself as a pendant, again, being in the body, and just asking. If you don't know how to do this, you can search on YouTube, like how to be your own pendant. And you can just ask the question or feel into the numbers, and the way your body moves will tell you what is right for you. So that's another way you can do it.
Or muscle testing. I don't know if you've heard about muscle testing. You do like this, you make a ring of your fingers. I won't do the 666, you know. You make a ring, and then you make a ring with your other hand. Yeah, we have to be careful here on YouTube. Imagine that. And then you ask yourselves questions. Am I Karina? Yeah. Pressure. Am I Maria? No. I will make it clear like this. Am I Janneke? No. Am I Liezl? No. Am I Maddy? No. Am I Karina? Yes. So then it goes. Your muscles release. It's something very somatic about your body. Your body knows the truth. So if you ask yourself a question, am I born at 11? Yes. Am I born at 12? No. Am I born at 1? No. Is it 11? And then it will go. You can do this with practically anything, and it's very good that we brought that up, because it's a very good tool if you're insecure about your truth to do it this way, or the way Maddy explained, by using your body as a pendulum to find your truth.
And that's why you find out the intelligence of your body. It's like it's really interesting how to work with that and to find that and to understand that more. So that's really good. And so we gave you already lots of interesting things that we learned that you can also do that already at your own place. And I would love to. Liz said a bit about the Ho'oponopono. Oh yeah, sorry, Karina, can you say it? Ho'oponopono.
Okay, one more time. Ho'oponopono. We will post it also in the comments now. Ho'oponopono. I will type it now.
Okay, Ho'oponopono. And we're going to share that. And we're going to do like a sort of like a sharing for yourself, like Ho'oponopono. So we're going to share that. I will. There's a prayer, and it's a prayer for yourself, and it's a healing prayer, and we want to share that as well. And that is like to feel that in yourself, and to feel this for yourself, and feel also what it does with you. So this is also a very beautiful way to really see what this prayer does with your body, to really feel that as well. So you can like whatever you want to do, but I like to put my hands on my heart while saying it. So whoever wants to do that, and you say this to yourself. You can say it loud. You can just say it in your head, whatever you want to say it. And you can say it to yourself, but you can also repeat it for someone else. You can say, like, think of your father or your mother or someone close to you, or someone that you don't like. Whatever you feel like, names coming up, you can really say that to really see that for themselves. So so first start with yourself, and it's all the time the same 4 sentences. It's, I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And feel who you want to say that to. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And breathe a couple of breaths really deep. And feel what this prayer did to you and in your body. And know you can always repeat this again. Repeat this to you. Repeat this for someone else. And see how it shifts the energy in your body and in your mind. So we'll take a deep breath again. And then we come back into the space. And we don't want to do it too long because we know that like people having attention span shorter and shorter. When they see that's like, I have always like, it's like 2 hours or 1.5 hours. I'm like, ooh, and then 1 hour, half an hour, an hour. Then it's like, oh, then you have like, it feels like, you can do that in between whatever you're doing. So it's like really feel we want to do not too long, but we will come back. Hopefully like next week again. We're gonna share this also. We recorded this and we're gonna share this also on social media, so you can always watch it again and share it with whoever you want to share this. And maybe we are gonna go away with the last whoever wants to how it was and how you feel about it, or whatever you want to share with someone. Like, see what is the last thing you want to share with the people here.
Be yourself, because everybody else is already taken.
Woohoo! That's a good one.
Yeah, and just breathe. You can breathe through everything.
Be you, Tifu.
Oh yes, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's just
Thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah, thank you everybody, and it's just so easy. Like, keep breathing and being you and keep being yourself, and it's all there.
But it can be very difficult sometimes as well. So yeah. And it's like in moments, and every moment is different. So just know that's like and we're also here to support people if they really want help that as well. So we just want the best for everybody. So but really, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening, and wishing you all the best. And thank you for all of us. And whoever wants to say bye, you can all unmute. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.